And I wanted to talk to you about mindfulness for keeping New Year resolutions today. Because when we start to transition from the old year to the new year, we set the goals, we revise what happened in the year prior, and then we start very strong and we consciously decide that we really want to move forward and we want to do things better and different, and we revise the thing that we want to improve. But then at the end of the month, right now we should be still going strong, but at the end of the month, the energy, the drive, the awareness start to decline as we dive in really strong into the new year. And the busyness, the environment takes over. And when we make those decisions or New Year resolutions, we make them out of our consciousness, out of our awareness. Whereas the resistance that we start to meet about 30 days after comes from our subconscious. It comes from our memories of who we are, what was the familiar, and then the environment and the people that we are around. It reinforces those old habits and beliefs, those old ways of doing things. And therefore, little by little by little, our will and decision power declines, whereas our ability to sustain the change diminishes. And therefore, I wanted to show you the tool, the mindfulness tool, to pair these two together. And it takes time and it takes reinforcement. But over the period of time, as we stay conscious, as we stay aware, we will be able to sustain that change. And it's not fake it until you make it, it's fake it until you become it. I don't know where I've heard it, but it's really relevant, resonating right now with this theme. So when you think about all the new things that you've decided that you want to do in this new year, in this new 2020, and let's give an example of you wanted to go to the gym consistently, let's say 4 times a week. In the beginning, you need to put an effort. You need to put the discipline. And what's going to happen is that there are going to be other invitations. The work will keep you back. And unless we are in sync between your conscious and subconscious beliefs, it will be hard to make the decision and the choice. So number one is you want to make a decision to go to the gym or any other improvement that you decided once. You've done it in the beginning of the year. Now it's all about the discipline and the preparation. So is your gym bag ready? Are you eliminating the external environment and the distractions? Is it scheduled on your calendar? But also the strongest thing that stops us from being our best self is what's happening on the subconscious. If you are the person that has experienced any kind of trauma or discouragement about the gym in the past, let's say that you have seen that your mom has failed to go to the gym, or your father, or that someone got hurt when they were in the gym, and your belief is that going to the gym associates with pain, then chances are you will drop the habit pretty fast. So as you are making this commitment, could you check back with yourself? How is it feeling internally? How is it feeling inside? And for that, usually it helps to close your eyes or lower your gaze so you can kind of really start associating. And when you think about your New Year resolution, what is that you've committed that you want to do better? What is that you've committed to change about yourself? Now, logically, you've made the decision, no doubt. Could you check with yourself? How is it feeling at your chest? What does it feel like? Is it tight? Are you really believing that you can make it? Are you really believing that that's what you want? That's what's make you better? And is there any resistance at any level? And usually it's heavy feeling, it's the tightness. What about your stomach? Is your stomach relaxed and you can breathe openly? Or does it have any kind of tension and the knot when you're thinking about your New Year resolution? Let's say it's coffee, or lowering down sugar, or going to exercise, or wanting to meditate this New Year's. How does it really feel within the stomach and within the chest? What about your hips? Sometimes, especially women, we tend to hold a lot of tension in the hips. How does it feel within the body? Because your body will show you if there is any subconscious resistance. And if you find that resistance, one is consciously relax and release that tension as much as you can. And the second, see if you can remember, where was this first time when you met that resistance? What age were you? What were you doing? Who you were with? Where did you first learn that going to the gym associates with pain? Or not having sugar associates with some kind of emotional trauma? Or any kind of resolution that you've made, when did you learn that conditionally it creates the tension, it creates the pain? So stay within that and explore it. And as you discover what age was that you have caught that belief, that you learned from an adult in your life, teacher, a parent, or a friend, once you identify that age, could you visit that old self right now as your new self and assure them that it's okay, that you really want to make that change, that it's no longer needs to be associated with the pain, that it is good, that it is healthy, that it is supportive towards your goals now as your current adult self. And especially if it's in the childhood or teenage years, could you nurture yourself in that moment, perhaps by giving a hug or listening towards the expression of that younger version of yourself? Allowing yourself to spend time and really detangle that emotional restraint that could be associated with New Year's resolution. The thing that will hold you back until it's resolved on the level of emotion and the level of internal happiness. Our will and our decision making can go only that far. So notice any kind of resistance, and if you want to open your eyes, and it's great to do that every time when you are about to do what you said you want to do, but you meet a resistance in your mind. Let's do it tomorrow, not now. I'm too tired. There's too much going on. Then allow yourself to come to your feeling and feel within the body and allow yourself to process. I can guarantee you that by going through this process and noticing and observing yourself, by approaching the change mindfully, also knowing that you will meet the resistance. It's not always going to be smooth and easy, especially if you set yourself to an amazing and productive year. There will be external environment that will snap you out of it. And therefore, this is the time to apply it with the kindness, with understanding towards self, knowing that resistance is okay, that there will be bumps on the road, and all you need to do is apply mindfulness, recognizing that resistance first. And it's always, always, always will show up within your body on emotional level and within the physical tension. And as you learn where that physical tension associates with that resistance, number one, release it consciously. Number two, work with that emotion and intention together. I can guarantee you, if you're just going to be applying the will and constantly pushing, striving, it is going to take a lot of energy out of you. And we have only finite amount of energy and the willpower that we can use throughout the day, that eventually that willpower will fail. So bring your body support, bring your emotional support for yourself, and I can guarantee you're going to be unstoppable. So applying those mindfulness hacks and tools you will be in a fantastic shape. So now, just to conclude and finish it, I would like to offer you a breathing technique which will allow you to significantly reduce the speed and the pace. At least on the Eastern time right now, we're in the mid-afternoon. A lot has happened during the morning. So we want to slow ourselves down, those brain waves, so we can have the most productive afternoon. Unless you're driving, I would invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, and we'll breathe in a pattern. We will inhale on the count of 3. We will hold the breath on the count of 9. And then we will exhale slowly on the count of 6. Only breathing through the nose. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And if you are driving, do not close your eyes, but you can still do the technique. It's very subtle. So fully exhale. And inhale on 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue inhaling through the nose on the count of 3. Holding your breath on the count of 9. And slowly and controlled, exhaling on the count of 6. And then inhaling again on the count of 3, finding that rhythm and the pace. Make sure that you are counting within your head, as it keeps your mind busy and meditative, keeps it preoccupied. And control your breathing. Inhaling in 3. Holding the breath on the count of 9. And exhale on the count of 6. Making sure that your face is relaxed, your body is as relaxed, that you're not tightening up as you're holding the breath. And as you exhale, let the gravity take over the body. Let all the stress, the busyness, the tiredness melt away from your shoulders into the ground. Continue breathing a few more rounds, inhaling on the count of 3, inviting that space and rejuvenating energy. Exhaling on the count of, holding on the count of 9, entering into the space, stillness and the silence within, expanding into that silence and stillness. And as you exhaling, allow yourself to relax deeper. Let your shoulders drop, the face soften. Few more rounds to slow down our nervous system. And if you keep your eyes closed, notice how is it feeling on each stage. Inhaling on the count of 3. Holding the breath on the count of 9, dropping into that silence and stillness, the breathless state. And exhale on the count of 6, letting go, surrendering. One more. Inhale on the count of 6, 3. Hold your breath on the count of 9. And exhale on the count of 6. Now take a few normal breaths. Enjoying that newly found slower pace, our alpha waves, the meditative creative awareness, knowing that it is supportive for a productive, amazing day ahead. If you kept your eyes closed, you can open them at this time. Allow yourself to move and to stretch as it feels good. And I hope that it's been productive and restorative break for you. If you need to repeat this breathing technique in mid-afternoon to rejuvenate and refresh, do so for 2 to 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes if you have time. And I'm wishing you an amazing, productive day from sunny Florida. And we'll speak with you on another session in 1 month from now. Thank you so much for joining.